For the last couple of days, I've been trying to get Oracle Select AI feature working with Cohere on Oracle AI Database 26 AI free version within Docker Desktop. There were missing packages, wallet issues, ACL problems, but after solving every single one, it finally works. In this video, I'll save you all of that troubleshooting.
Welcome back to my channel Into the Oracleverse, where we learn about Oracle SQL, PL SQL, and Apex. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
In this video, we are going to set up one of the most exciting features introduced in Oracle AI Database 26 AI. It is nothing but the Select AI feature. If you have ever wanted to query your Oracle database using plain English instead of writing SQL, this feature is for you. For example, instead of writing select all from employees, you can simply ask list all employees. Oracle uses an LLM to understand your request, generate the SQL, and even execute it for you. So within this documentation, we would be able to learn more about the Select AI feature, and we would be able to look at various use cases and also various features within the Select AI, like conversation, and then for RAG, and then also for synthetic data generation, etc. In this video, we are just going to set this up in our DB, and we are going to ensure whether it is able to interact with the LLM in a much better way. While the feature itself is fantastic, getting it configured on a fresh Oracle AI database 26 AA free Docker installation isn't exactly straightforward. So I ran into several installation issues, package ownership problems, ACL errors, SSL wallet issues, and quite a few other roadblocks before finally getting everything working. So instead of spending hours debugging like I did, so you can just simply follow this guide and you would be able to set this up in a much better way. And by the end of this video, you will have a fully working Select AI environment using Cohere as the AI provider. So let's get started. Now, before we begin, we have some prerequisites. So we need to have a Docker container where we have the Oracle 26 AI database free version. And then we should also have SQL CL setup. And we should also have the Cohere's API key. So I have already covered all these aspects in a few of my videos. So we have this run Oracle 26A free locally in Docker and connect it with SQL CL. So I have this part. So within this, by following this, you would be able to set your free Oracle 26A DB in your Docker container. And then I also have this Oracle Apex Plus Generate AI Cohere. So within this, we have a particular segment where I have generated this particular API key. So you would be able to set it up very easily. But still, if you are confused, you can also follow this, and you would be able to set things up in a much better way. I'll add the links for these two videos in this particular video's info section and also in the description. Now coming back here, so we need that particular Docker container up and running. And then, yes, so there are several steps here, and we are going to look into each and every one. In this particular video, we are going to just purely focus on configuring the Select AI. So the very first thing that we need is the DBMS cloud. To install this, so we would be first we would have to navigate to the Docker containers execution environment. So to do that, yeah, so we can just click this exec. We would also be able to do it from the command line, but this would be pretty easy. Now I can just paste it. So to paste it here, so we would have to press Control plus Shift plus B. And yes, so by following the videos that I have mentioned, you would be able to set this up in a better way. And if you also follow the standard documentation, you would be able to see the similar output. So this is going to be our starting point. So this is where we are going to set the relevant things up. So or this is where the relevant scripts would be. So first we'll have to create the cloud service schema. To do that, I'll have to copy this, and let me go to the containers terminal, and I can execute it. We'll have to wait for a while. Yes. So it has been completed. Now, the order is very important here. So first, this particular schema has to be set, and then we'll have to install all the DBMS cloud packages. Now let me go back to my blog post and let me copy this, and let me come back here. and let me paste this and I can just execute it. So if you accidentally install this DBMS Cloud first, these packages might end up under the sys schema. But ideally, it shouldn't happen. So we should ensure that these things are set up within the cloud service schema. Yeah, so trust me, I learned this the hard way. But yeah, so the order is very important. And once both the scripts run successfully, we can actually verify that particular installation. Here it's still running, and yes, it has completed successfully. So now I am connecting to my DB using sys. Yes. So now let me paste that SQL. And yes, so from here we are able to see that both the DBMS Cloud and the DBMS Cloud AI packages along with its body are placed under the actual cloud service schema. So this is very, very important. And yes, so once it is done, or if you do it the wrong way, so you would be able to see sys here instead of this cloud service schema. So if it is reflecting like that, you might have to revert things back, and then you would have to do it the right way. So the order is very important here. And now we'll have to so basically when we are going with this select AI and thing, so it is always a best practice to create a separate schema for that particular part. So now let me create a user called a user, and I am providing a password called a user 123, and I am granting the connect and resource access. And once it is done, I am also providing the create session, create table, and other privileges to this particular user. So you can choose any user of your choice. So that's why I have skipped that step. So once that is done, so you would have to provide the execute command or the execute privilege on this particular DBMS Cloud package and DBMS Cloud AI package to the schema of our choice. So I would prefer you to have a separate part for this particular separate schema for the select AI. Yes, so the grants are provided. Now let's go back here. So the next part is to set up the Cohere credentials. So we have within this package we have certain functions to create the credential. So let me copy this. Or so here from here you'd be able to know that so we'd have to provide the credentials name and the username, and we'll also have to provide the password. So the password would be the Cohere's API key that you would be able to see here. So let me just run it since it is a bit confidential. So I'll just skip to that part. I'll just execute it. Yes, so I was able to execute it. So before executing it, you have to ensure that you are connecting to that particular schema, which we are going to provide this select AI privileges. So yes, so once it is done, we can actually verify the credentials. But yes, so I'll skip that. And this SSL wallet, we can look into it at a later point, and also the ACL part. So now we can actually go to this creation of this AA profile. So to create that AA profile, so we'll have to connect to the AA user again, and we'll have to provide this part. So let me just copy this. So before doing that, so we'll have to provide the object list. So if we are using, so with select AA, we would be able to do this RAG and other things. So we can provide the exact table names and things like that. So we would be able to provide a list of things, but it is not just limited to that. So we would also be able to provide other regular prompts, and we would be able to get back the responses. So right now I'll just leave it as simple, but yes, so let me go back. Yes. So here we have a separate method to create the profile. So the profile name can be any unique name, and then we have certain attributes. So we'll have to provide the credentials name. So I have created the credential. So here you'll be able to see that I have created it under the name Cohere underscore cred. So I'll have to provide that name here, and then we can provide the model of interest, and we should also provide the provider's endpoint. So this endpoint also it was a bit hard for me to actually find this out. Thankfully, I was able to get the help of Claude. And within Oracle skills, so we have all these features embedded in the best way. So with the Oracle skills, I was able to do that. So yeah, so to set this Oracle skills up, I have a separate video as well, so you can look into that part. It is very beneficial and it will help you as well in several other aspects. So now let's just execute it. And yes, so now we have the profile created. And once the profile is created, so we would have to enable it. So to enable that, I'll copy this and let me come back here. So the name is Cohere profile. So I'll have to set profile, and yes, I'll have to pass that name. And yes, next let's check whether it is active. So now if I check, I'd be able to see that it is active. Now I would be able to test it. So to test it, I have a particular prompt. Now I can just provide that. And as expected, so we do have certain issues. And so we would be able to, so this is why didn't want to actually go through the things in the right order. I wanted to let you know how the things would fail if these things are skipped. Yes, so now the first part is about the SSL. So so we would have to set this SSL wallet up even before we are moving further with the profile creation. This is probably the step that causes the most confusion. So Oracle communicates with the Cohere over HTTPS. That means that the database needs an SSL wallet containing trusted certificate authorities. Without it, we'll likely encounter SSL validation errors. So first, we'll have to create a wallet, and then we'll have to import trusted CA certificates, and then we'll have to configure the database to use that wallet, so that it would be done perfectly. So all these calls would be done perfectly. So to do that, first we'll have to create a directory. So we'll have to go to the Docker container. And yes, so I can just paste it here. And yes, so now the directory would have been created. Now let me go back, and next I'll have to create the wallet. So this command would help us to create the wallet. And yes, I have set the wallet up. And yes, so the operation is completed. Now let me go back. So let me just copy this. And now I'll have to log in as sysadmin, and then I'll have to set it. So to do that, let me come back here and let me exit this for a while, and I'll connect with my other account. Yes, yes. So here we are able to see that when we are trying to alter the database property, so we have to ensure that it is not in the pluggable database. So we'll have to switch it to the root. To do that, we'll have to run this. So we would switch to the root, and then let us try this. So now the database has been altered, and now let's go back. Now we can verify this particular wallet. Yes, so now it is verified. Now let me just exit this, and let me connect to my AA user schema, and let me retry the prompt again. Yes. So now you can see that the AA profile is not enabled in the session. So with this, we are able to know that execution, that AA profile has to be enabled for each and every session. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to execute it again, and then we'll have to do it. So, but once we create it, so it would be present. So we just have to execute it. So now I executed it. So now I'll try this again. And yes, so now this is a different error. So now the network access has been denied by ACL. So now we got past that particular wallet part. So now we are stuck with the ACL part. So that is what the next section covers. So this is to configure the ACL. So now we'll have to switch back to the CDB root, and then we'll have to perform certain actions. So now let's copy this, and yes. So now let me exit from my AA user schema, and then let me connect to the sys schema that I have. Yes, so we'll have to alter the session and we can just run this. So I'll run this as a PL/SQL command. Yes, so it got executed. So next we'll have to switch back to the free PDB once. So this is to provide the HTTPS access to the other cloud service schema, and now we'll have to we can also provide it to the A user schema. So this is just a preventive measure. So we can just copy this and we can just paste it, and I can copy this and I'll just run it. So now the PL/SQL procedure has been executed. So we can verify it once. To verify, we can just copy this, and from SS schema, I can just run it, and I would be able to see that yeah. So my A user has both the privileges, and if I alter my session to the other database, so if I alter it to the root container, I'd be able to see it for the cloud service schema. So we would be able to look, we can confirm that both we have provided the relevant access. So that's pretty much it. Now everything should ideally work well. So let me exit it from my sys schema and let me connect it to connect to my AA user schema again. And as I have mentioned, so we can look at the profile. So it is empty right now. So as we have seen earlier, so we'll have to execute it, and then we'll have to run the select AI. Let me copy this. I can just run this. Okay. And yes, so there is one more error that we are seeing right now, and that is because of the trust store itself. So when we set up that particular wallet, so we have just created an empty wallet. So to populate that, let me go back to the terminal again. First, I'll have to create a yeah, temporary folder, and I'll have to navigate to that folder, and I'll have to download the latest CA bundle. So now it has been downloaded. I'll have to split the bundle into individual files, and this is an optional step. We can see how many files are there. So there are 122 certificates, and this is going to import everything. So now it has started to import. So there are 122 certificates which need to be imported. So this might take 2 to 5 minutes. So once this is done, so we would have every relevant thing in place. Yes, so the operation is successfully completed. Let's go back and now let's try it again. Yes. So actually, it was able to come up with a particular statement, but unfortunately, didn't had that particular table created. So it assumed it to be EMP. And yes, so we would be covering that particular part in the next video. Now I'll just show you how the conversation works. So instead of list all employees, let me just provide. So I can provide it like this. Where is the headquarters of UN located? And yes, so I am able to get an answer. So that's pretty much it. So we are able to set things up now, and we are able to see that it is working well. And we would expand it to the actual tables, and we would also look at how it would so how to use this with retrieval augment generation, and we would also see other use cases of select AI in the upcoming videos. And that's pretty much it. So we have configured the select AI successfully with Cohere AI, and on this Oracle AI database 26 AA free version running inside Docker. And we have installed the DBMS cloud, configured SSL, configured network ACLs, and we have created the credentials, built an AI profile, and finally queried our DB using a natural language. But yes, so it didn't work well. But yeah, so that's one thing. And yeah, we will look into it at a later point. And I hope this video saves you hours of troubleshooting that I went through while getting this setup working. I hope this video would help you in one way or another. And thank you so much for watching.
If this video helped you learn something new or find what you are looking for, please give it a like. It really helps the channel. I'd also love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop a comment below. And if you are interested in more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.